Hi and welcome. Hope you enjoy this wee little game that I've just played on Chess on the cell phone, and my opponent is like 50 something rating points above mine, somewhere around about that 60 points. And so here comes this game. Now first of all, this is a picture from my front part of my house. Quite a nice sunset. Anyway, that's that. And that was taken like some years ago now. Here we go. Let's get into this game of chess. Now this is me being like a wasp. Be like a wasp. Bzz like a wasp. So this is me in this 2-minute and 1 second increment game that I've just played 20 minutes ago. So this is standout for, I think. It might not be, but that's what I like to do here, is I like to try to select a game, okay? To find a game, and boy is that whistle loud. Hey, Mr. Tiger's loud tonight. So here we go. So I've got the opening move, of course, E3, which is easy to play. And here, this is quite good against E3, is to fianchetto the bishop. So I just go, I'll fianchetto my bishop on G2, and here comes black's probable pre-move, which is B6. I play bishop B7, of course, threatening bishop takes rook. So here's D5 and C4. Just be like a wasp. Be like a very easy one to learn, is it? Be, bumblebee, like a wasp. What's better in the car? Hovering over you or getting landing on the back of your neck? A bee, but you can't tell when it's in there. Knight C3, and then we've got E6, and just trying to play good. Castling, very important to develop, of course. Cannot forget development. A lot of players do, including myself. Knight D7 and Knight F4, so there's no chance of C5 from black, because white's going to snuffle the D5 pawn. Queen E7, so this heightens my awareness of the diagonal from A3. I could point to it on the chessboard, but A3 is 3 steps up from the left-hand corner from where you're looking, I suppose. And so I want to throw my bishop on the A3 to F8 diagonal, which is attacking the queen on E7. So I thereabouts go to that sort of idea. I could, of course, just play bishop D2, developing that bishop along that diagonal quite quickly, or developing quite quickly, as opposed to taking about 3 moves to do same. So here's F5. What? My opponent is playing F5 and D5 and C6 against me. How do they know? Anyway, I play A4, and here comes Knight GF6, and then I play Bishop A3, of course. And so what does black do? Well, black probably, I don't know, what should black play here? What would the computer say? Real quickly, I don't want to ask it too long. Queen F7 is the move I was going to play too, and castle, all that sort of thing. Long. Maybe. Anyway, my opponent now plays C5, and so of course I'm going to use one of my horses to take on D5, which I do. Knight CD5, Knight D5, Knight D5, and this is threatening the queen, of course. And it's also possibly maybe threatening Knight C7 check if black isn't too careful, or even Knight F6 check. And bishop takes bishop. So my opponent plays bishop D5, bishop D5. This threatens, of course, and stops the king from castling. This threatens, of course, the rook, which now moves to C8, which is quite a reasonable place to move, because now it's protecting this pawn on C5. So what do? I play rook C1, And now black's sitting there going, well, I want a castle, because if I leave my king in the centre, it's not going to be too healthy. Even I know that as black in this sort of position, you want to get your king away safe. You don't want to have it leaving itself in the centre, especially when there's bishops hanging around and a rook. You know, a rook and bishops and a queen, and another rook if it's needed, and pawns. Let's not forget the pawns. So here's knight f6, and so I have to move away, of course, and I'm not going to move to this diagonal, like here or here. I'm not going to do that because then black can castle, and black gets out of the woods. So I play bishop c4. Then my opponent now plays knight e4, okay? And here's my opportunity. So I'm great for opportunity. Here is, oh, excuse me, I didn't play that one. I must have played this first. Yes, I did. Now I played dc5, but bishop b5 is quite good too because it makes the king move, and then it loses the opportunity of castling. So here I'll just keep this now. Bishop b5 check, king f8. Okay. Now I'm looking at I am sort of like seeing that black's got some idea maybe of going knight c3. So I play queen d3, and my opponent now plays rook d8. Okay. And I see, of course, knight d2 if I go queen c4, but I go there anyway. And no, I go there anyway. Because after knight d2, looking like we're going to win an exchange, I just merely go queen c5. Very easy to see. And now white is threatening queen e7 check, and mates are happening soon, but not exactly right now. So we've got bishop c5. So I'll just go back there. So queen c5, and this more or less forces queen takes queen or bishop f6, but probably forces queen c5, bishop c5, another forceful move. There are other moves. There are rook c5 moves here which are quite nice too, which are threatening probably rook f5 check discovery, but I played more directly and revolutionary, which is more forceful, with bishop c5. My opponent plays king f7, and then I merely move my rook to d1, and here my opponent runs away to e4, and there's bishop c4 check, and only one move away from black resigning or giving up, just going, oh, I can't be bothered, this player's on fire. So king f6, and then we have the coup de grace, which is bishop d4, and my opponent just folded. We can of course play rook d4, but king g5 doesn't look very attractive. So we can play rook d4 here for black. That's the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're in this chess session. Primarily enjoy your game of chess, and that's most important in my opinion, maybe my opinion only. And I hope your chess gets better and better no matter where it's at. And that's David Weegenaar over and out from New Zealand, and I will leave you with the lovely sight of that beautiful sunset, which is Shepherd's Delight, of course. All the best. Bye for now. You all come back now, you hear?